did not think this through. Hello and welcome to my channel. If you are new, my name is Lauren and it's lovely to have you here. And if you aren't new and you've seen me before, welcome back. You already know the drill. Today's video, I wasn't actually planning to do this, and I think it was James Charles maybe that started this, I'm not too sure. It's basically ranking like the highlights and lowlights of your career, and obviously I don't really have a career at the moment. And then I saw some of my YouTube friends do it and I was like, well, if they can do it, I can do it, because they basically did a version where they did like moments in their life rather than their career. Although I doubt anything that interesting happened from the ages of 1 to probably like 14, so I am going to start from my teen years. I think that's where things got a little bit spicy. Not spicy, that probably wasn't the right word. And I'll also link April and Lorraine's video in the description so you can go and check theirs out because they gave me some ideas. So thank you, girls. So at the top of the rank scheme thing, we've got best time ever. Then we've got You Go Girl, which is things that I'm proud of but not like the best nights of my life. Then we've got Kind of Cool, I Guess, which is kind of like, it was alright, probably would do again. Underneath we've got Let's Not Try That Again, and I think this is the category that's going to have the most in because we all make mistakes. And then at the very bottom we've got You Are a Disappointment, Loz. So I was going to do 20 moments just because I am almost 20 for each year that I've been on the planet. However, I apparently can't count. There's either 21 or 22, but if it's 21, 2021 is the year. And also 22 is going to be my year. Taylor Swift told me that 22 is going to be the age. Let's get on with it because this has been the longest intro ever. Okay, so I think I'm going to start off with probably the most iconic Lauren moment ever, and also the most embarrassing one, and that is this picture on the screen right now. So for anyone that doesn't know, when I was 17 I went to a house party at my friend's house, and do you know when you're just not really in the mood to go to a party, but it's like I didn't want to miss out on the party? I decided to pre-drink while I was getting ready by myself, and then I went to pre-drinks at my friend Robin's house and we got a little bit more drunk. I've never been that drunk. I've never been that drunk since. I got to this party, carried on drinking. I also have never drank martini since that night. I never drink martini anyway, but that was literally all we had in the cupboard, so I poured a little bit into my little flask and off I went to this party. Me and my friend Jenny decided, oh, let's go on the trampoline. It is dark, I can't see where I'm going anyway. There's a fence in front of us, which Jenny sees. I don't see the fence and I fall over it and break my knee. Not only did I break my knee, I also ruptured the ligament in the back, meaning for the next 6 months after this party I couldn't walk. I had to do physio. It was just a hellish 6 months. I've never known pain like it, although when I actually did break my knee it didn't really hurt that much because of how much I drank, so that was kind of like a painkiller for the night. But there's nothing more embarrassing than your mum messaging you to be like, hey, you're having a good night, and for me to then have to be like, no, can we go to A&E? That was not ideal, and I had to go to sixth form. I had this huge thing on my leg, so I'm going to be popping that one straight into You're a Disappointment, Loz, because quite self-explanatory. We don't want that to ever happen again, and I've never ever been so embarrassed. To soften the blow of that one, I'm going to go with like a quite simple happy one. I'm going to go with this one, so I'll pop a picture on the screen. If you don't watch this channel regularly or you don't know me in real life, you won't know about Mia. Mia is my soulmate. Bit of context, me and Mia every morning before college would meet at Liverpool Central Station and walk up to college together. This one morning we were walking towards each other and I like scanned Mia's outfit and she did the same to me, and we both just realised we have come to college in the exact same outfit. And when I say the exact same outfit, I mean shoes, pants, top, hair the same. We weren't mortified because the first thing we did was laugh, but everyone in college thought it was planned. Our tutor thought it was planned. Like, oh my god, we must have got a few funny looks. I wish it was planned. Would that make it slightly less embarrassing? I'm not really sure. I'm going to put it into Let's Not Try That Again. Slightly embarrassing. Okay, the next one is also quite a nice one too, and I was so proud of myself this day. So if you don't know, I am a singer-songwriter and my main like career goal is to be something to do with music. I was contacted by a local label in Liverpool who asked me to come and do a live lounge session and also a radio interview, which honestly, my dream, like that is what I want to do in the future. So when I was approached to do this, I was so excited. I was actually asked to do it because I'd released a single and they asked if I wanted to use this opportunity to like promote it. So obviously I took the chance and did that. I released a single on the 1st of September 2020 called City Walls. You can get it on all streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, whatever you like to listen to music on. And I am working on some things behind the scenes which I'm really excited about. So this one is definitely going to be going in best time ever. I also felt really professional doing it as well because like it was my first official interview as an artist, and it's just so cool like people asking like what are your goals, like what are your songs about, because I love talking about my lyrics. If you ask me about lyrics in a song I will go on for hours. Metaphors, like hidden meanings, I'm just obsessed. Okay, let's spice things up and go for a less happy. Actually, I'm going to do a little two-part one, and that was me moving to university, because obviously if you've watched my moving to university vlog, you'll understand why this is going to be in two parts. In this first image, you can see me sat in my little accommodation, and I was so happy with how we decorated it. I've been planning how I was going to decorate this room for so long. Got there, made it reality, and was so happy with how it was. We're going to put this in You Go Girl, because moving to university for me was such a huge thing, and I've been so excited. Ever since I watched High School Musical and saw Gabriella go to Stanford, I had been really excited to go to university, basically. Okay, so the second part of this is kind of depressing and a little bit sad. That's okay, because we all have them moments. But this other half is me having to come home from university because of my mental health, and I didn't even get to start the course, which was really crap. But I did get to meet a lot of amazing people, so it wasn't all bad. But this picture is me when I came home from Bath, and I have never felt so lost or so sad. I'd say for a month after coming back from Bath, I was just an absolute mess of a human being, really. I'm not going to put it in your disappointment, Loz, because I know how hard I tried, and it shouldn't be something to be like embarrassed or disappointed in, which I was really embarrassed. When I came home from Bath at first, my friends would be messaging me being like, how's Bath? And I'd be like, it's going great, and I'd be sat on my couch back in Liverpool because I was so embarrassed to tell people. But that's okay, so we're going to put that in Let's Not Try Again, because we want to go to uni again. I've applied for next September, this September. Jesus Christ, it's this year. We're going to give it another go. Moving on to something I class as quite a big flex, and that is the fact that I've been to Australia twice. And Australia is literally my favourite place to go on holiday ever. I have family over there and I miss them very, very much. They were meant to come over last year, but because of COVID, obviously they couldn't. So we are hoping to get back over. However, because of me and my emetophobia, we can't. So I'd say Australia is one of my biggest motivations to get better, just because I really want to go and spend time with my family in Australia, and because of my anxiety and emetophobia, we simply can't. I'm lucky enough to say that I've already been twice, and hopefully we can make that a third time. We're going to put this one in best time ever. Look at this picture, it's so cute. Me feeding the kangaroo. I think I'm going to get this one out of the way just because of the sheer embarrassment of how I was allowed to look like that and it not be a crime, and that is me on my first day of year 7. I know I'm not the most beautiful model looking human in the world, but thank God, thank all the gods that I do not look like that anymore. But yeah, that is going in. Maybe not you're a disappointment, Loz, because bless me, honestly, bless my little soul. Yeah, I'm gonna put 11-year-old me in Let's Not Try That Again, because if I ever went back to looking like that, no. Next we have got me starting YouTube. I'm so proud of myself for starting YouTube, because it's something I'd wanted to do for ages. I just not had the courage to do. I think it was November 2019 I started YouTube. We filmed a Q&A and we were like, maybe we'll put it somewhere, maybe we won't. I'd really wanted to do one but wouldn't do one by myself, so Mia was like, do one with me, so we did. I am so glad I started YouTube because I have met some of the most amazing girls and boys, and honestly YouTube has kept me sane, because obviously with all these lockdowns and I'm not actually allowed to work because of my health, I haven't had much to like get up for or like just to do in the day. I've put so much time and effort into YouTube, and I guess it is starting to pay off. Where am I going to put this one? I'm going to put YouTube in... Do I put it in best time ever or You Go Girl? No, I'm going to put YouTube in You Go Girl, because it's something I'm really, really proud of and something I absolutely love. But there has been moments where, not that I've stopped loving it, just moments that I haven't felt motivated, and moments that I've been like, no one cares. Why are you putting content out? Like, do you know that little self-doubt voice in the back of your head? And the next one is the day I hit 300 subscribers on YouTube, which wasn't actually that long ago. It was in November, can't remember the exact date. I've been stuck on 200 for ages, and then now I am literally like 5-6 subscribers away from 400, like less than 2 months later. That is crazy. Oh, it makes me so excited. And I'm going to be doing a giveaway at 500, which hopefully won't be too far away. So yeah, make sure you follow me on Instagram if you'd like to be involved in that giveaway. But yeah, I'm going to put hitting 300 subscribers in best time ever, simply because I've been going through so much in like my personal life, and I've been feeling so demotivated with YouTube. And then to hit 300 subscribers, it was like, oh my god, you're actually like growing. I know 300 isn't like a huge amount of subscribers, like it's actually minuscule, but I was just so happy. Okay, next is my prom. I feel like so many people either didn't enjoy prom, didn't like how they looked at prom, just weren't even excited for prom. But I was so excited for prom. Again, since I'd watched High School Musical and saw them at the prom, I'd been so excited for my own prom. I loved my dress, I loved the colour of my dress, I loved my hair and makeup. The only thing I didn't like was my eyebrows because they were slightly too dark. I really liked prom. I think I'm going to put prom in kind of cool, I guess. It's something that everyone does for a start, and also I kind of annoy myself with after prom prom, I should have stayed the whole night, but I didn't because I was anxious what to do. I did stay at after prom for quite a long time. I think my dad picked me up at like 4 AM, so it wasn't like I missed out. I just regret not staying the whole night really, but yeah. Next we've got my 18th party, and from what I remember of the night, it was really good. It's not even that I was drunk, because I could not get drunk because I was that nervous that night. You know when you have your own party and you're like stressing that everything's going right, that everyone's having a good time? So I can't remember most of my 18th, but from what I do remember, it was a really, really good night. I am going to put that one in best time ever. I think next I'm going to expose a few nights out because just funny, isn't it? First one is going to be this night out, and this was A-level results night in 2019, which wasn't even my results night, but of course I went out too. It was a really good night until the very end. I basically ended up crying to Stephen in the middle of town, and Stephen was like, right, I'm gonna take you home, I'm gonna get a Mackey's, and I'm gonna go back to yours. But we got back to my house and there'd been a power cut, so me and Stephen, both kind of drunk, were like, how do we fix this? Because we couldn't really ring my mum and dad, who were away at a hotel, at like 5 in the morning to be like, by the way, there's a power cut in the house and me and Stephen are too tipsy to fix it. That's why I've got a torch. And we eventually did get the power back on, and honestly, it being such a bad end to the night, but then that just made it one of the best nights out ever. It was so funny. Where am I going to put this one? I'm going to put this one in You Go Girl, Engineer Laws to the rescue. Then of course you've got to bring in a shindy night out. This was definitely one of my favourite nights at shindy ever, and this was Casey's 18th, and this sign she's holding up caused so much havoc. I'd been to shindy a few times before Casey had, and Casey had been so excited to go, so I thought for Casey's 18th I would get a sign made by the lads who run it, which said basically Casey lost her shindy virginity. But basically everyone seemed to take that the wrong way. The amount of people that thought the sign meant she'd lost her virginity at shindy, the amount of people that were coming up to us like, way, congratulations, and we were like, but to make matters worse, she took the sign home to her dad. You know what, I think this one deserves a place in best time ever because that was my favourite shindy I've ever been to. The third and final night out that I thought I would talk about in this video is a night out that me and Katie went on. And getting to town in the first place was an absolute disaster because it was gay pride weekend. So my dad dropped us off in town because we could not get a taxi. We were like, oh, we'll be fine getting home. We got stranded in town, let me just say that. It was absolutely bucketing down all night. We were drenched. So it got to like 3 AM and we were like, oh, we're tired. We've been at a 21st, been out for ages, and we were at that point of drunk where you just kind of want to go home. We rang a taxi at like 3 AM and we're waiting outside some hotel for this taxi for about an hour, and we were like, this taxi's not going to come, is it? Just because of gay pride, and town was heaving. And while we were sat outside this hotel, we made 2 friends. The first friend we made was a man called Jacob from Wales, I think. Can't remember. If he's watching this, hi, because I know he follows me on Instagram. Basically, his phone had died and he was on a stag do and he'd lost his friends. And he was like, could I hop in a taxi with you? And we were like, we're not going to be able to get a taxi. And then we made another friend. I do not know this boy's name. I know that he was Scouse, that is all I know about him. But he'd also lost his friends and his phone had died too. We ended up, the 4 of us, walking around town in the rain just looking for somewhere that we could get in. And we ended up trying to go to a bar called Heaven, which is a gay bar in town. It was £10 entry each to get into Heaven. So we were just walking around town trying to find places that were still open. At this point, nothing really was. We end up in Lord Street Mackey's, which is the big Mackey's in Liverpool. We were basically sat on the floor just waiting for the first bus, which was at like 6:30 I think, maybe. This boy Jacob, he must have 0 trust issues. He passed me his credit card and was like, buy what you want from Mackey's, and I was like, no, it's fine, I'll buy my own. He gave me his credit card and was like, no, just go to the till, buy what everyone wants. So this Jacob lad bought us all the Mackey's. Then he was like, does anyone want any water? So he went and bought us all bottles of water, and then Mackey's breakfast was also on, so he was like, does anyone want any breakfast? And I was like, this boy's gonna be bankrupt. And there was this couple, they came over to us and were talking to us and were like, oh, we live in town, we have a flat if you just want to come back to our flat. Jacob was like, I'll go. So Jacob goes off with this couple and we're like praying to God that they aren't a pair of murderers. It all ended fine. He's now still alive, so it's all good. The other lad, I don't know where he went, to be honest, I don't even know his name, but yeah, it was just a bit of a hellish night, but also one of the best nights out I've ever been on. It was so funny. I'm gonna put that one in You Go Girl because I feel like there's too many things in best time. No, I'm gonna put that one in going best time ever. I'll just pick like 2-3 more maybe. The next one is my first ever gig at LMA, which was such a good gig. For LMA, I was such a nervous performer. I still am, to be fair. I'd done like performances but not a gig in an actual bar, and it just felt like so real and professional. And as soon as I got up onto that Zanzibar stage, rest in peace Zanzibar, forever missed, but as soon as I got onto that stage, it was like nerves too. It was such a strange feeling, and I've never felt so confident on a stage. It was such a good gig. I loved my band. I miss LMA so much. I'm gonna put that one in You Go Girl. The next one is the day I failed my second driving test, and I was so angry at myself because I had got myself so worked up for this test and I failed the test before I even left the car park. The examiner told me to do a reverse bay park, so I was really happy with that because that was one of the, manoeuvres that I was actually like good at. But my driving instructor always said don't settle until you think it's perfect. So I'd got this car into the bay and I was like, it's completely fine but it's not perfect. So I tried to fix it and it went the complete opposite way and I ended up diagonal, and I was like, oh crap, I failed. But I still had to sit the whole 40 minutes and drive through that test. I'm gonna put that in let's not try that again. I haven't started lessons again yet, but I would like to eventually because I do want to be able to drive. Okay, last one, because my camera is on 1 bar and probably will start flashing very, very soon. My last one is Dream Passage, which just has the most special place in my heart ever, and so does Dylan. Dream Passage is my little acoustic dream pop duo. It's just so special. We've done so many like charity gigs and we write songs together, and it's just so wholesome, and our rehearsals are literally like therapy sessions. Dylan is a very special friend to me and also obviously a band member, and we haven't rehearsed together for so long, and I really hope that this year we do bring Dream Passage back. And look at that cute little photo shoot. We went to a park in the Wirral and had a photo shoot for like the Instagram page, and it was the cutest day ever. So that one is gonna go in, that's gonna go in best time ever as well. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it there. There's quite a few that I haven't done, but I feel like I've done the most important ones, so that's all that matters. So I really hope you enjoyed watching me rank my lowlights and highlights of my little life. God knows how long this is going to take me to edit because there's all like the technical things that I need to put together. I've never done a video like this before. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below if you'd like to see more from me. We are so close to 400. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and comment down below if you'd like to say hi. Hopefully I'll see you all in my next video. Love you all so much. Goodbye.